India is a vast country. It is the 7th largest country in the world with a total area of 3.28 million square kilometers. The current population of India is 1.34 billion and approximately 65% of the total population lives in rural areas. Despite achieving a substantial progress in areas like space technology, education, industrial and healthcare, there is still a large scope of improvement in the socio-economic conditions of rural areas. It is true that population-wise and geographically, India is a huge country. Today, India has ample resources, and in this age of information and technology, it has become easier to eradicate the poverty and the blight from the country. Various initiatives are already in progress to achieve sustainable development to remove poverty from the country. The National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj plays a vital role to alleviate poverty and social disparities, to explore the possibilities of developing better and prosperous life in rural areas. An autonomous organization under the Union Ministry of Rural Development, NIRD-PR, is a premier national center of excellence in rural development and Panchayati Raj.
Being a think tank for rural development in the country, National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj plays a vital role for coming up with ideas, models, approaches for rural transformation and sustainable development of the nation. We in NIRD-PR inculcate in the participants a continuous learning attitude with igniting their minds for passionate work in their respective area for achieving sustainable rural transformation in the nation, and they continue to act with passion and dedication for improving the livelihoods of the people. As an Apex organization, we have trained lakhs of rural development and Panchayati Raj functionaries over the years, conducted more than 1,000 research studies on various areas relevant for the rural development.
The institute is located in the historic city of Hyderabad in Telangana state. It was in the early 50s when community development blocks were set up in the country to promote social and economic development of villages. In 1958, the Central Institute of Study and Research in Community Development was conceived and set up at Mussoorie for offering orientation courses to officers of the executive hierarchy in the development programs. In December of 1958, the Trainers Training Institute, which was renamed as the Institute for Instruction in Community Development, later on was established at Rajpur, Dehradun. In April 1962, both the institutes were merged into one and named as the National Institute of Community Development. The institute was shifted to Hyderabad campus during 1964-65, and in 1977, the institute was renamed and registered as the National Institute of Rural Development, NIRD. Recognizing the need for more focus on strengthening the Panchayati Raj system and capacity building of Panchayati Raj institutions, the name of NIRD has been changed to National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj in the year 2014. In addition to the main campus at Hyderabad, the institute also has Northeastern Regional Centre at Guwahati, Assam. The Northeastern Regional Center of the Institute came into existence in July 1983 at Guwahati with the aim to orient its training and research activities to the specific needs and potentials of the northeastern states. Every year on 9th November, the Institute celebrates its Foundation Day, which is a great opportunity to learn the achievements and utility of NIRD-PR. Recognized internationally as one of the UN ESCAP Center of Excellence, NIRD-PR builds capacities of stakeholders in the field of rural development through interrelated activities of training, research and consultancy. With the stated vision to focus on the policies and programs that benefit the rural poor, strive to energize the democratic decentralization processes, improve the operation and efficiency of rural development personnel, promote transfer of technology through its social laboratories, technology park and to create environmental awareness. NIRD-PR has been relentlessly carrying out various activities under its mandate for over 58 years since its inception. The Institute has an important mission to examine and analyze the factors contributing to the improvement of economic and social well-being with focus on the rural poor and other disadvantaged groups through research, action research, consultancy and documentation efforts. NIRD-PR also facilitates the rural development efforts with particular emphasis on rural poor by improving the knowledge, skills and attitudes of rural development officials, non-officials, representatives of PRIs, bankers, NGOs and other stakeholders through organizing training, workshops and seminars. The Institute has a mandate to develop content and disseminate information and transfer technology through periodicals, reports, e-modules and other publications. The NIRD-PR campus has state-of-the-art infrastructural facilities and equipments which provide facilities of education and research in various professional programs under one roof. Nestled on around 174 acres of green, luxuriant, pollution-free campus with the alluring backdrop of an enchanting view and have marvelous infrastructural facilities like faculty buildings, administrative buildings, well-equipped library with the rich collection of over 1 lakh books on rural development and allied aspects, computer center, hostels and conference halls with modern audiovisual aids, auditorium, health center, school for children, sports complex, residential quarters, staff canteen, bank, creche and gymnasium facilities. The Institute also initiated activities to achieve energy saving and water conservation through adoption of efficient systems. An exercise to ensure scientific management of waste has also been carried out by the Institute. Efforts are also made to bring awareness among campus residents and participants on reduce, reuse and recycle to minimize the waste generation and treatment. In NIRD-PR, a very strong team of eminent academicians, researchers, teachers and supporting service personnel are geared up to take up the humongous task to eradicate poverty and attain sustainable prosperity of the people. The faculty members of this premier institute consist of a large pool of highly qualified scholars with doctorate degrees and experience in rural development training. The Institute offers a large number of trainings and schemes to train those who will eventually reach out to the poor, helping to wipe out poverty. Many young individuals are already performing these caring actions across the country, leaving aside their personal pursuit of career and cash, So, NIRDPR also wants to multiply the number of such devoted volunteers. To achieve its objectives in the field of rural development, the Institute runs 6 schools with 23 multidisciplinary centers. That is, School of Development Studies and Social Justice, School of Sustainable Development, School of Local Governance, School of Rural Livelihoods and Infrastructure, School of Public Policy and Good Governance, School of Science, Technology and Knowledge Systems, and Professional Support Center. The Institute offers more than 1,000 training programs every year, and around 30,000 trainees pass through these programs annually. Considering the increasing demand for the PG diploma courses, the Institute also introduced distance education courses. NIRDPR introduced a 1-year postgraduate diploma program in rural development management. From the year 2014, the Institute started the same course in 2 batches with raising capacity of 100 per year. In view of the increasing need for massive trained manpower in rural development, NIRDPR has also started distance education programs in 2010 with 1-year postgraduate diploma program in sustainable rural development. In the year 2012, the Institute introduced a postgraduate diploma program in tribal development management. And in 2014, postgraduate certificate program in geospatial technology application in rural development.
We are very fortunate to take experience from our own experts in these fields, and they are in various fields. We are taking lot of experiences, and we think we can serve better in our post graduation phase, and after this in our service cadre. We hope we will do a best job with our best efforts and with our best of our capacities.
Most of the students are offered jobs by reputed organizations through the campus placements every year. As part of efforts to share Indian experiences for the benefit of developing nations, NIRDPR also conducts international training programs in its campus under ITEC and SCAAP programs of Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India for international participants. NIRDPR conducts more than 25 international training programs every year. Around 7,496 delegates from Asian, African and Latin American countries have been trained so far in these 300 international training programs.
I came here to get the skills and tools who can be able to help me to work under so many projects and give a good and effective result to my country.
This course of Management of Rural Development project is so useful in my country.
The Institute also organizes study tours for participants, including international delegates of various training programs to different parts of the country. Research is an integral activity of NIRDPR. The Institute conducts several research studies aimed at studying policy implication and identification of alternative strategies for improving effectiveness of various programs and schemes. The Institute also undertakes location-specific research in which a theme or model is tested step by step while actually implementing the project on ground. Themes and issues like formation of flexible labor groups for enhancing access to employment and strengthening livelihoods, improving management practices in implementation of MNREGA, geoinformatics-based livelihood planning, disaster-resilient Gram Panchayat, self-help groups convergence with animal husbandry, participatory micro-level planning and management for sustainable development through GIS applications are also taken up for this study of action research. Rural Technology Park (RTP) is an ambitious project of NIRDPR which was established in 1999 as an instrument for transfer of appropriate and affordable technologies to the rural poor for increasing productivity and enhancing the quality of their life. RTP is an organization run on public-private partnership model which works for the better use of local resources for cost-effective rural housing, renewable energy and natural resource management, and skill development and promotion of entrepreneurship. RTP is a place where a variety of models of rural technologies are showcased with practical demonstration. Every year, the NIRDPR organizes a week-long rural craft mela to promote and encourage rural entrepreneurship throughout the country. Apart from Rural Technology Park, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission Resource Cell, Center on Geoinformatics Applications in Rural Development, Rural Self-Employment Training Institutes are the other major projects of NIRDPR. NIRDPR collaborated with international organizations like UNICEF, UNESCO and World Health Organization for several projects. Currently, the institute is focusing on projects like Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana of Ministry of Rural Development and Unnat Bharat Abhiyan of the Ministry of Human Resource Development.
Training and capacity building should not be limited to that period of training. In fact, in NIRDPR, we aim at igniting the minds of the participants who will go back and continue to be connected with the institution and continue to learn. Our ultimate objective is to ignite the minds of these participants so that they can take up their task wherever they are working, whichever area they are doing, a passionate contribution for the rural transformation and sustainable rural development.
NIRDPR disseminates the results of the research studies and recommendations of its various seminars and workshops through a number of publications. In this series, the Institute publishes a quarterly journal, the Journal of Rural Development, which is internationally acclaimed for its research coverage and quality. The Journal of Rural Development has recently gone online and now accepts and processes the research papers only on online mode. A separate portal, www.nirdprojms.in, has been launched for this purpose. Pragati is a bilingual monthly newsletter which provides wide publicity to training programs and activities of the Institute. And Enterprise is a quarterly published newsletter of the Rural Self-Employment Training Institutions. NIRDPR has a dedicated official language cell which translates the publications of NIRDPR periodicals and MORD's publications in the official language and conducts training programs on official language. Rural Connect is NIRDPR's new initiative by creating an online platform where people can share their experiences, perceptions, successes and failures in the form of short stories. NIRDPR also created Smart Meeting System, which is one of the major IT interventions for better governance. Smart Meeting System is a very crucial ICT tool that will bring in accountability and ensure effective implementation of decisions taken in various meetings. The NIRDPR has pan-India reach. The Institute works in close collaboration with the State Institutes of Rural Development and Extension Training Centers, which are located across the country. The Institute is networked with all the states for rural development through ultra-modern facilities of video conferencing at Hyderabad campus. Apart from the regular training and research activities in the headquarters, Institute also carries out research and training through its networking bodies like all 29 State Institutes of Rural Development SIRDs and 90 Extension Training Centers ETCs. The institute is also networked with scientific organizations such as DRDO and NRSA. As part of the national e-governance implementation and operationalization, the e-office platform of NIRDPR was inaugurated on April 2016. With the continuous efforts of NIRDPR, large number of places across the country had achieved sustainable growth. If we work passionately, it's very much possible to repeat the same elsewhere. NIRDPR, the esteemed organization, provides a golden opportunity to change the lives of thousands. The National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, there is a chance to change life and fortune of the many thousands and build the bright prospects of the country. Village is the cell of the national body, and the cell life must be healthy and developed for the national body to be healthy and developed. Sri Aurobindo.